Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and wanting to know some tips of how you, Capricorn, may attract better romantic, viable opportunities, then this reading may very well be for you. We're going to be delving into your subconscious belief, and we're going to use the tarot to do that, okay? Your subconscious is also known as your shadow self. This is kind of based on the findings of mental health pioneer Carl Jung, J-U-N-G, and we are talking about integration of the shadow and those things that you are very much unaware of, yet those are the things controlling every experience of your life. And so always recommend that we integrate our shadow, and I have a lot of information about this in my shadow work playlist on my channel to help get you started in this work. But at any rate, let's delve in, Capricorn. We're going to dive into your energy and see what you may need to know as far as any beliefs that you have that are there that may be holding you back, that again you are completely unaware of. Okay, so let's do a deep dive into the shadow, Capricorn. Let's do a deep dive into the shadow. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, diving into the shadow self. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, diving into the shadow self. What is holding you back? What is holding you back, Capricorn? Let's do a deep dive. Here we go. You guys ready? All right, here we go. All right, so the way that things happen in our shadow is that things happen along our journey that, you know, for whatever reason can be painful experiences. And, you know, we're well aware that those things happened. And many times we can talk about those things without crying, but we've not worked through the emotions and the feelings associated with those things. And we might not even be aware of those things, okay? So that's how that happens, okay? More often than not, that's how the shadow self even comes to exist, okay? All right, so here's the thing. Here's what I think overwhelmingly what I'm getting, Capricorn, is this. Here we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, okay? And here, and you know, it's kind of interesting that this is the card that came up in reverse. When this card is upright, this is a person who many times sees their value, knows what they bring to the table, and that sort of thing. And you know, that, of course, this is Earth energy, and you're an Earth sign. You know, but to me, what I get from this when we're looking at the shadow is this. I think you don't recognize or see that you even have value, and you may or may not be aware of that. But, you know, here's the thing. If we don't see our own value, then no one else can either. You know, and if we don't love ourselves, then people don't know how to love us. And of course, we can't love other people until we love ourselves. All of those things are true. We're going to get back to that in just a minute, Capricorn. But I think that many of you are feeling lonely, and that is maybe your motivation for even being interested in romance to begin with. And that is, don't feel alone. That is actually the primary reason that most people enter into relationships. And here's the thing, vibrationally, this affects where you are vibrationally, energetically, okay? And what happens is when you vibrationally are at a certain level, and your shadow beliefs definitely are the ones that affect where you are vibrationally, then you will attract to you people and situations that bring about, you know, situations to affirm those beliefs. So if you feel like you are, you know, have no value, or you don't see your value, then you will attract things to affirm that belief. Conversely, if you believe you have value and you have worth, then you will bring situations in to affirm that belief. So, you know, it's about going inside and figuring out the situation or situations in your past. This can go all the way back to childhood, you know, childhood trauma in the home, or things that happened, maybe bullied at school, problems with friends, and of course problems in areas of romance or family, whatever the case may be, you know, that you've gotten hurt or whatever, and work through those feelings. And we talk about how to do that again in the shadow work and healing playlist. I tell you how to do all of those things there, which is why I have that there, so that you guys can refer to that, and I don't have to go into detail on that in this reading. But you know, many of you dealt with people who were, you know, quick to bail on you for whatever reason. You know, certainly cheating and leaving you for someone else. All of those things are associated with this card. Disillusionment, injury to the heart with this card. And, you know, I think many of you are probably dealing with feelings of abandonment and just questioning your worth and questioning whether or not you can attract viable love. All of those things are affecting why you are attracting situations to you to affirm all of those beliefs, okay? You know, and I think a lot of you, and I know you Capricorns well, and I say this out of love. I am a Capricorn moon, and I know we are workaholics many times, and we fight that. You know, we're taskmasters. We make lists, we get things done. We have a very strong work ethic, and that's well and good. But, you know, what we often do, Capricorn, is we will distract ourselves, you know, when we get these things that happen to us, and we will get so overly focused on our job or on our work or something of that nature that we don't want to, because we don't want to face what's in the mirror, okay? The fact that we've been treated unfairly, that we feel like, and maybe you've got a lot of feelings where you think life is just unfair, and you can't figure out why bad things happen to good people. Well, I'm hoping to answer that question for you herein. It has nothing to do with a man in the sky rewarding good behavior and punishing bad behavior. Okay, there's evidence that's overwhelmingly contradictory to that belief. We see people that we think are absolute jerks that seemingly have just runs of good luck, and then we have people who seem to have hearts of gold who get just constantly crapped on over and over. And it's because vibrationally of where they're at in their subconscious. That is the answer to that age-old question. Why do bad things happen to good people? But I want to speak again to this busyness and trying to bury yourself in work, or, you know, being busy, trying to be busy all the time is many times a trauma-based response to avoid stopping and dealing with things, okay? And don't think that I'm calling you out, you know, without calling myself out, okay? I'm calling all of us out. We all have a tendency to do that, Capricorn. So this is not me throwing shade at you. But I think you've dealt with people who were immature. We've got this page sitting here who seemingly plotted against you, and you know, maybe you think that people are just in general out to get you, okay? Well, it doesn't matter, because if vibrationally you align yourselves with people who are for you instead of against you, those people will fall out of your life over time. Trust and believe. I have seen that in action, and it is a beautiful and amazing thing to watch happen, okay? And then the good thing about all that is when you do this work, you're raising your vibration, then you start to align yourselves with people who are really cool. And so you will see that happen. It's kind of like the universe cleaning your own house for you. When you clean up in here, the universe is going to clean up out there too. It's amazing. All this stuff happens inside first, Capricorn, and then we go out, and then it manifests on the outside right before our eyes. We attract the right situations and repel the wrong ones, okay? And Einstein's even spoke, this is not hokey stuff, Einstein spoke to the law of attraction and energy, and how like energy attracts like energy. This is pure science, okay? Everything is vibrating, and we're attracting things based on where we are vibrationally, okay? And wherever you're aligned is what you're going to attract. But, you know, some of you, I think, feel like you can't hear your intuition, and maybe you just lack the ability to make good decisions. You've got the King of Swords here in reverse. You have you are intuitive. What it is you need to sharpen your intuition by doing daily meditation. That's how you hear the intuitive voice. And it's not about meditating about a certain situation, okay? That's the equivalent of overthinking. You just meditate and spend time with yourself so that you know yourself, so that when you are in these situations, day-to-day life, then you know exactly what to do. And because many times intuition is totally contradictory to what looks good on paper. And look, Capricorn, I know how we can be, okay? We're very analytical. We make a list of the pros and the cons, and you know, and sometimes intuition doesn't make sense to people in this 3D world, okay? This world that we walk around wearing skin in, okay? We are spiritual beings having a physical human experience. Never get it confused, okay? So, you know, many times this thing is about much more than that. But I think some of you feel like romance and maybe just life in general is fighting a losing battle, and you feel like giving up, and you feel like all you have is maybe your job or your work or what have you. But, you know, that's a self-limiting belief again, and, you know, causes you, and I'm looking at, you know, the Nine of Wands when I say that, and it causes things to not go like you would like with the Seven of Swords in reverse here, okay? And I think at the end of the day, you really do down deep want something long-term and happy, okay? And but hopefully I'm giving you the information and that's holding you back. Some of you, this is a self-love issue. And hear and believe this: love is the highest frequency. That is my personal belief, and I believe many other you know, spiritual folks would agree with me on that. You have to get in vibrational alignment and attract it to you rather than chasing it, okay? And when you do that by, you know, learning to love yourself, learning to know yourself because of the shadow work and the meditation, then when you know yourself, then you know what your standards are, what your boundaries are. You know what you bring to the table. You know, I'm loyal, I'm fun, I'm funny, you know, I'm financially stable, you know, I'm a hard worker, I'm very loving, I'm loyal, you know, whatever your strengths are. And we're all different, you know, there are a lot of things, you know, I mean, I'm faithful, you know, and I'm honest, I'm upfront, you know where you stand with me. I'm not going to lead somebody to believe anything different. You know, those are all aspects. And those things are the things that when you come to the table and evaluate romantic options, okay, you accept nothing less than what you bring to the table, okay? And the way that you know these things about yourself is by spending time with yourself, working on your view of what you deserve, of what you can attract, of what's out there that's interested in you, of the fact that you're smart and sexy and gorgeous, okay, or handsome, whatever the case may be, and the fact that you're lovable and you love yourself so hard that other people see exactly how it's done. And you will attract, Capricorn, not only better romantic options, but better job opportunities, better friendships, better behaviors out of your family, you know, and that sort of thing. All right, so let's get some additional advice for you, Capricorn. You know, one thing I want to say, when you are doing this shadow work, you must exercise, do a lot of self-care. Very, very important. Self-care is different for different people. Sometimes it's a pedicure. Sometimes it's a long drive. Sometimes it's dancing in the middle of the living room to your favorite song. I don't care if you look like a frog in the blender, okay? And sometimes it's a hot spiritual bath. Sometimes it's binge watching Medea, Criminal Minds. I mean, whatever the case, you know, you do whatever makes your little heart sing, Capricorn. That's the whole point. You have to do that to take care of yourself. Self-care during shadow work especially is not about pampering yourself, Capricorn, like you're probably thinking, okay, and I know how we can think. It is about self-preservation. It is about loving yourself. It is a form of self-love, okay? And you are nurturing yourself. That is what love is, okay? And it's very, very important that you take care of yourself always, okay? But especially right now. And, you know, I do think many of you dealt with things in the past that weren't worth your time. Two of Cups in reverses here. You've got the Knight of Cups in the upright, though. And you got the Magician card, which is pretty cool. You know, as you go down this path, you really will become a master of manifestation, and you will attract viable love opportunities, okay? So, you know, it's about looking at these relationship failures for what they are. You know, we can look at things and say, well, this happened to me or this happened for me. What it happened for you, in that there are lessons that are available there if you learn them, And maybe one of those things is working on your self-worth and your subconscious beliefs, like what we're talking about. It was pivotal as far as my heartbreaks and what they happened for. Many times strong soul connections come into our lives, not for romance, but to wake us up, to teach us lessons, okay? And that's what that's about, okay? I hope this has helped you guys, and I've done, this is, I have, 2 more after this, Aquarius and Pisces. I'm not doing them every single day, but I would really recommend that you watch all of these, because there is some overlap in these, but there's some things you may glean out of the other placements and out of the other signs that may be helpful for you, Capricorn. So I hope this helps. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks, Cappies.